Oh, yeah, we are live. And
there I
what
am.
is going on? Yeah. So,
I just decided to show up.
yeah, we are live. Episode 57. I can't believe it, man. It has been a crazy trip to get here thus far. And we're happy to have everybody along. What is going on? We got a stacked show. And, man,
Yeah.
what else can we say other than some of the cool stuff that the pre-orders are definitely cool. I know we had to talk about the pre-orders, and I know there's one that I'm happy I have already, which is the one in front of you, because
Yeah,
I
this
was able
guy.
to use that this weekend. Unfortunately we got rained out, but I heard about Beat the Creek. I heard like that was just a soupy mess. So
yeah, those folks were some warriors out there. I unfortunately did not get to attend, but I've maybe been to the event 5 times or so, and I've never seen it in the conditions that it's in. But I mean, with I'm sure probably record-setting attendance plus nonstop rain for like 3 or 4 days, it might have been. I mean, that those conditions were epically crazy. And pristine. You know, made sure I put a link to the show on the Beat the Creek fan page, just to make sure everybody who didn't know anything about CowRC, if you don't know about CowRC, please, I hope you showed up to today's episode, because we're gonna try to help you out here, because your trucks had to have had just pounds and pounds of mud on it. I saw people's, their 1-to-1 vehicles coming out of the mess, getting towed out. Definitely crazy, but it sounded like people had a great time though.
Yeah, so if you actually were at Beat the Creek, please chime in and let us know how it goes. Because you know what? It's one of the events that I am going to put on my calendar for next year.
It's fun.
We'll probably just bring out the camper, but I think the one that I'm going to go to is I put it on my calendar actually.
It's the Gauntlet, right?
The Gauntlet. That's right. The Michigan Gauntlet.
Michigan in September. Yep, I'm going to go too.
Yeah, so that will be super cool for me. It'll be my very first crawler event ever. Nice. So I'm definitely excited about trying it out. But the other cool thing that we have on pre-order, other than the big solder mat that's in front of you, that's the 19 by 24 solder mat.
Yeah, so 19 by 24. So 19 by 24 on sale right now on the pre-order, and it'll be on pre-order for about another month. So take advantage of the deal. Obviously, you can use your Cow-Tech code in addition to that discount on the pre-order for this 19 by 24 solder mat. So take advantage of that. You only have about a month left.
Not only that, they got the double XL work mats, which man,
3 different versions of that guy. That thing is massive.
Yeah. Well, now that we're doing the camper up proper, I'm gonna say I might have to make like an indoor workstation. This weekend was crazy. John was just chiming in there with the tire clean. Man, yes, it is awesome. As you can see behind me here, I tried to clean. I actually gave up, man. I had so many tires I had to go through and clean.
See all of them.
Yeah, so I don't know. I shared the picture. I will probably share it to the CowRC fan page, but that whole table was completely full. I got I'm going to say I got 75% done. 53 sets in total I had to clean. The rest are still sitting there waiting for some love, but we'll get to that shortly. We had to bring you guys a show and go live, so we'll definitely get into that for sure. But I just want to bring it up on the screen here. I had it on earlier, a little bit too early, but the cool thing is the way that they have it laid out now is super easy. And obviously you can go into the magnetics and then just click on the work mats. And now you'll see there is a new
There's the double X.
Oh man, I can't wait to see it. Yeah, like this thing is going to be sick. Look at the weight alone, like 190 ounces. Like, geez Louise, you can't beat that. So when you have to put like Yeah, a weight
Crazy.
warning on it that then the graphic is 18 inches alone, just the graphic alone. So definitely super cool. So Beat the Creek 2025 was, in my nephew's word, epic.
Oh, good.
CowRC gear was a must with the yes. No, honestly,
Good.
I can only imagine what the cleaning must have been like. But yeah, CowRC is definitely up to the task. That's why I'm hoping that some other people will chime in for that. So the solder mat would be great for clumsy people like me who knock stuff over all the time. Wouldn't have to worry about burning stuff. I actually knock over 100%. Yes. Yeah, it will protect your mats big time. And you definitely want to make sure that you are protecting your investment. I made the mistake initially when we first got the solder mini mats. I thought I'd be cool, and the splatter still got onto my white magnetics, and I was like,
wasn't enough for you.
gosh.
Wasn't
Oh,
big
yeah,
enough.
yeah. So definitely one of those things you want to be careful of. So now with the bigger solder mat, I have no issues. I have no worries. So
There you go. I don't think we're going to make any bigger ones than 19 by 24. So you can't handle this. I think you need to find another hobby.
No kidding. No kidding. Yeah. And I definitely have my fun share of soldering stuff up. So definitely lucky that way. The other thing, we can kind of segue into a demo. The Cow Snot.
Yeah, I can kind of talk a little about that. So everybody, you guys know about the Cow Snot. So it's like the cleaning slime, right? So great for radios, great for like little nooks and crannies to get dirt out of. And so when CowRC first introduced this, we had a couple hundred units, and the compound of it was a little bit drier than the compound that we've recently purchased. So we've recently purchased about 1,000 units, 1,000 jars of the Cow Snot. And so I wanted to show you a little bit of a trick. So the recent purchase is more wet than the first run. So we hadn't talked a lot about, how to kind of let it dry out because it didn't really need to. When we came out with our prototype, which is this blue one, we don't sell this blue one, but it is much snottier, right?
Yeah.
So look at that stuff. Right, so you got two different ones, and this is kind of how the recent Cow Snot came out. So what I wanted to do is kind of show you a little bit about how, in case you do get the I guess a recent order of the Cow Snot, how you kind of let it dry out. So what you want to do is take like a piece of wax paper and lay it out just like I have it. I mean, you can kind of see the two differences, right? You can see this is the wetter, this is not nearly as wet. And this is how you want the consistency. So, it's not broken, right? So if it comes out wet, it's not going to not work. It's obviously going to be a little bit more annoying. Like you kind of see it's kind of sticking, the blue stuff's kind of sticking to my hands a little bit. But the way you do that, put on a piece of wax paper. I mean, you could do it on a carbon series mat if you want, and let it air dry for about 5 minutes. You don't want to let it air dry all night. You don't want to let it air dry for an hour or anything like that.
Yeah.
Just let it air dry for about 5 minutes and then put it back in the cup. And you're going to find that it's going to be less sticky. It's going to be still usable. Do not add water. It doesn't need to add water to it. So like if you find out that you've left out, you took a phone call, whatever, you got distracted. Oh, I left it out for 30 minutes or whatever. It's not the end of the world. Don't add water to it, because once you add water to it, then it becomes too sticky, right? Just put it back in the jar, close the lid, and let the kind of the moisture reacclimate to all the slime. That's all you have to do. Nothing's wrong with it. You don't have to get rid of it. It'll just kind of come back to its natural way. So should look like this, where it's not really sticking to your hands too much. Because obviously when it does stick to your hands, it'll stick to your radio, stick to the other things, and then kind of become a little bit of annoying. So the way you do that, just let it air out. It'll be a lot easier to work with.
And now we actually had a comment on the flip side. And if it does dry out too much, if you have a little eyedropper, like it only needs 1 or 2 drops, then put it back in the container. And like Tyler said, let the moisture work itself. Because honestly, it's just finding that sweet spot that that's going to work perfectly. Because when I use it on my controller, I want it where it's wet enough to like get into the nooks and crannies, but not wet enough that it sticks to my radio. I also don't want it dry enough where it doesn't conform to the little nooks and crannies that I want to get into. So it's just finding that sweet spot. And once you do, you will be super impressed with how it works out on your stuff too.
Yeah. And don't forget, like you can, if you find that like you just want to use a little bit, right? You don't need to take the whole blob out.
No.
Like if you just want to use a little bit, just take a little bit out. That way, if you're not quite sure, is 5 minutes enough? Is 30 minutes too much? You're not using the whole, the whole jar. You put it back in with whatever you don't use. That's how you should use it, right? Like if you're cleaning a radio, you shouldn't take the whole jar out at once and try to clean your radio. You're just wasting the product. It doesn't need to do that. Obviously this is not really a reusable type of item. So once you use it, it gets dirty. It takes all of that dirt and it sucks it in, right? So you don't want to throw it back in your big jar and then get all the rest of the good stuff dirty. Just dispose of that. There's enough in here. You can use it quite a few times.
Multiple times. Yeah.
You can take it, if you want to take it on trips with you. I mean, on the RC maintenance kit, sample kits, we sell little samples of this stuff as well. So you can take these with you, put them in a backpack, put them in a vehicle, whatever. That way you always have it with you. So, or you can just, find your own little containers, break off some pieces and take it with you. But, you don't have to use the whole thing at once. So just try it out. If you run into it where it's kind of sticky, like again, just let it set out 5 minutes or so, see if it's to your liking, then put it back in the container and it'll be all good to go.
Yeah. And obviously, Michael and Dino said the same thing. I just use a little bit too. And honestly, if I'm just cleaning my controller, usually it doesn't get contaminated that bad. But when I was cleaning like my A-arms, trying to get into the little nooks and crannies, I got like a carbon fiber piece on there so the dirt stays inside. So the cow snot gets right in there and cleans it out like a really good deep cleaning in the tight nooks and crannies. But once I did that, you could tell the discoloration in the cow snot. So that little piece there, once I was done with it, I just discarded it and I still have the whole container left that's uncontaminated. So definitely a cool tip from those two right there. And he also said just a quarter drop is all it takes. Don't overdo it, he says.
No, I agree. Yeah, you don't want to overdo it.
Oh, man. Yes, if you've seen me and Tyler, we have definitely beaten the crap out of our carbon stuff for sure. Definitely one of those things. Super cool. We love hearing how you guys use the products as well, because we're here to help you guys, and the products that we're going to be getting into, I can't wait to show off, because we got the new ultrasonic cleaner with the basin. So I got a little demo. I know Tyler's got a demo. I'm going to actually show off the original one as well. And we're going to actually show you how we apply stickers. I got a couple samples over there, and it's definitely going to be crazy what you will see as the results between the two. And obviously, I've been using the original one for since it came out, so it's been over 1.5 years now, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure how long the one. So actually, so you're talking about the first one, because we're on our third version. You saw the first one?
No, I do not. I gave that one away. Okay. I have the second one.
Yes, the second one, right?
Rechargeable with the actual 3D printed.
I still use it as well,
and the carbon series top, which makes it look awesome. And I love the fact that it can charge, and then I don't have to have any wires in my pit area at the event. So that is a huge plus for some people. And obviously the new metal basin one is, man, it is way bigger, has better capacity, and has a lower frequency. So the cool thing is, like, the footprint, I believe, is, he says, 40% bigger. So 550 milliliters. So that's the inner capacity. And the footprint is pretty close, though.
Yes, it is. Yeah, we can break some of these out here. So I wanted to, what I was going to kind of do is show a little bit of the nice boxing, right? That we've got here. So, the ultrasonic cleaners are an imported item. And so we came up with a nice set of instructions, a nice box that was presented nicely, and kind of just wanted to go through how that looks. So, when you order your ultrasonic cleaner, this is the new one, the stainless steel basin, comes with our nice instructions. So you can see all the different skins that you can get, and as well as instructions for how to chart or how to operate it. And it's not chargeable. It's a plug-in operation, but how you actually use it and how it works. So size-wise, they are very similar in comparison, right? So real similar. Oh, top fell off of that one. So very similar in comparison, but what's not similar is the basin itself. So as you can see, as my second version is discarding itself, you can see the difference, right? So obviously stainless steel. So this is for more of like a solvent type of operation. So you're going to put degreasers in here, which Adam and I are going to show you a little bit about. And then the V2 one is a plastic basin. So you want to make sure you're putting like the Moo Clean part and chassis wash, the non-corrosive and non-solvent type of chemicals into this one. And so CowRC sells both of these currently. Obviously the newest one, which is a stainless steel basin, is our newest one. So that's what Adam and I are going to kind of show you a little bit of the differences. And tonight are going to be both of our giveaway prizes. So we're going to give one of the V2 ones and one of the stainless steel basin ones out tonight, both with skins. And the nice thing, so we are working on, our friend Jeremy Kilburn is working on, with Addie's RC, is working on a tray and lid similar to this nice carbon fiber look that we have for the V2 one. But for the prize for the V2 giveaway today, we'll have one with the skin and your carbon accessories for it as well. So look as dialed as this one. Mine does not
look as nice as yours because mine have been beat up. I've been using mine quite a bit, and the results are phenomenal. I got some sample stuff here ready to rock and roll. So if you want, I'm already ready to go. I will switch it up here. So let me just go to this and ooh, that was a sneak peek. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
All right. So obviously this right here is my new one. And the cool thing is I got this pretty sick graphic here. So what I'm going to do is, and if you look inside, obviously mine is not as clean as Tyler's anymore. I got a little bit of scubba in there, but hey, guess what? You know what you use then, and we'll definitely give you a good. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Moo Clean electronics cleaner. I'm going to spray a little bit onto the microfiber, and then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to clean the face of this because I want mine to look as cool as Tyler's, and I want to have my graphics on here as well. And as you guys know, of course, I have the green streak. And what I do is when I peel it off here, you want to make sure that you have it lined up in the center for the switches. And then I basically just press from the center out to avoid any bubbling whatsoever. And you could see how I was like holding it up just enough so it didn't come down. But look at that install. Beautiful. So now I got the green streak here, and I have a test product here that Heath is working on. I already have it measured out, so I'm just going to throw it in. Now, remember, do not use this in version 2 because it is definitely a little bit more, I guess, chemical inducing. I don't even know what the proper word would be, but more harsher on the stuff.
More corrosive.
Yeah, I guess like I wouldn't use it on plastic, that's for sure, because you want to be a little bit more careful because the original one, and we're going to do a side by side with the original here. I'll move this stuff out of the way so you can see here. So Love my carbon fiber. And of course, I got the insert here. So we got some samples, and let me just flip this the right way. One of the best things I like about the 3D printed screen is it keeps all the dirt and debris off of that. So as you can see here, we got some dirty shocks there, and we're just going to throw them in. And I'm going to throw a little bit of parts and chassis wash into the old one. And then we're going to throw some water in there as well. And you can mess around with the amount that you want to actually throw in here. It's completely up to you. Mess around with the amount that you want to mix it at. So for this one, I actually throw the dirtier stuff in here because it actually keeps the dirt away from the actual part. So here, let me see if you guys can see how dirty those actually are. So we're going to throw those puppies in and watch how cool this is. So just turn it on. This has the 3-minute, the 5-minute, and then the ultimate, which I really like. So I just throw this on here. As that's doing its work, we're going to go to the other one. So you can see here, we got this one just cake. So we're going to throw that in. And then the A-arm, it's in these little nooks and crannies that I want it to work its magic. So we're going to throw that in there. And then power this puppy on. And then this one, I don't know if you guys can see, has the 3-minute timer, the 5-minute timer, and the 10-minute timer. So we're going to just leave it at the 3-minute, and we'll do a little comparison side by side so you guys can see exactly what we're talking about. Hopefully it's not completely loud for you guys. Another thing that I really like to do is the shock bodies, because when you're adjusting your shocks, you want to make sure that you can spin the collars on the shock bodies as easy as possible. Helps to adjust the ride height super easy for you guys. So one of those super cool things. And I know Tyler actually has some cool stuff as well that he's going to be throwing in his. If you want, Tyler, while ours is running, if you want to jump on yours, and I will switch the camera back right now.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. So I kind of wanted to show, I don't have the dirty parts that Adam has, but what I wanted to show is some parts for scale wise, right? So we've got, so I always get over anxious and I start putting my skins on everything as soon as I get them. So appreciate you being patient, Adam, because that was not what I did. I just went ahead and did it. But yeah, I mean, the awesome, skins on this, base surrounding the control panel on it. You've got your on-off switch and then your multiple timers here. So it's really, really nice to be able to use. Again, it's all plug-in, so it's not battery operated. The V2 is battery operated with a recharging port on it. So different, kind of different deal, right? Totally different uses. It's really, that's why we're not discontinuing this one. We did have, in the comments, some people were talking about they had the V1. This is the V2. The V1 was very similar to this. It was just smaller. It was kind of like our way of getting into the ultrasonic cleaner game. It was wildly successful, which is why we're here on our third version. So let me just kind of throw some things in for scale. As Adam, showed, this is the secret sauce here. This is a kind of a under construction, high tech prototype of a cleaning solution that CowRC, CowRC is testing. So we have some drivers that are testing this now, and I'm going to give you some scale parts as an example. This is a Vanquish H10 axle, rear axle, fits in this basin. Here's the front axle for the H10, fits in the basin. So again, it's kind of, I would say much, again, 40% larger. So you have the kind of the control ability of the switches on front, with the timer and everything like that. You've got the size, and you've got the fact that it's a stainless steel basin. So you can use it different ways, bigger parts or more parts. Again, we're going to come out with some different types of inserts, and I'll say a cover and insert, just because we need to be able to let it, I guess, be compatible with those corrosive and those harsher chemicals for the stainless steel basin. So you'll get some of these types of items with the stainless steel as an option here in the near future. But again, a really cool component, but it works perfectly with the way it is. Lid goes on it, and you're off and running. So a great option for just how you want to do it. So like Adam and I were talking before the show and how we like to use our ultrasonic cleaners. I'm the type of person where my favorite thing is having a tool that it's kind of like a washing machine, right? Clothes washing machine or a dishwasher. You put your dishes in it, hit the start button, and you walk away and you do other stuff. That's how I treat the ultrasonic cleaners. Is I love to just put dirty parts in it, and I'll put it on the highest timer. I'll put it on 10 minutes, and I'll just let it go. And I put the corrosive stuff in it. I'll put in, I might throw some Moo Clean Clear and degreaser on it. Might spray a couple shots in here, just kind of get it, get the degreasing going. But I use my ultrasonic cleaners as a degreaser. I know it is not going to 100% degrease your parts, but it'll get you, 80%, 75, 80% there. And then it makes that last 25% off. You can just take a microfiber towel and you're just wiping it down. You're just kind of wiping it off. You're getting the grease. You have grease in the axle housings. You just take your microfiber towel and get it out. So it makes things a little bit easier, in my opinion, how I use it that way. And I can just, again, set it for 10 minutes. I'll go walk away and maybe go do another project, go get some tools. I mean, I used this model heavily when I was rebuilding Adam's mess from the Max. I mean, it literally was, so like I was out of town a lot when I was doing that build, and I was debating about bringing that with me to do all the upgrades and stuff like that. And I'm so glad I decided not to, because the cool thing was I ended up taking every part, and that was that Max. I put them in here. I mean, I wouldn't say every part. I would say almost every part. Put it in here because it would fit. And I, again, would let it sit in here, go do something else, go take some other parts of it apart. And that's how I use this. I know, Adam, how do you use it a little bit differently, correct?
Yeah, actually, Mr. Ghost just said something that I haven't even tried yet, and I'm actually going to try that. So my biggest thing is I like using the V2 in between rounds. I like it because it's battery operated and it can just sit in my pit area. And when I'm going to rebuild shocks and stuff like that, I basically just rip my shocks off, throw them in there, and then it agitates it enough that I just have to take the microfiber and I can just wipe the threads right off. And I definitely like how easy it is, because I can be working on other stuff. And then when the timer goes off, I know, okay, guess what? I should be doing something. So it helps remind me and keep me on track to like how long it should take for me to actually perform a simple task. But the handles from a 3D printed perspective doesn't work with logistics, just not realistic. Although you could certainly have one made by a favorite. You can definitely, if you have your own 3D printer, it would be super cool. And if you do come up with it and you want to share it with the rest of us CowRC fanatics, that would be fantastic too. Jason is saying that the 10 scale axles should fit in there perfectly. I would have to agree. That would be one of those parts that would fit in there, no problem. Is that right?
That's for scale here. I mean, so here's the V2. These are 10 scale crawler axles. I mean, you could put them in there
shocks.
All day.
Those are the shocks.
Yeah, did I say what I say? Axles. I meant shocks. Yeah. Thank you. Drive shafts. So a couple drive shafts. Throw those in there too. I mean, you fit all kinds of stuff in here. So yeah, it's no problem at all. So yeah, shocks, drive shafts, fitting this V2 perfectly. And you know what I do for the tray? I will say that is something I would like to have. I guess the reason that CowRC doesn't do the handles is it becomes now this. What we wanted to do is set this off as a an economically friendly electronic clean device, right? So we didn't want to make it so expensive where only few people could do it, or wouldn't be popular. So there are some things that could make it better, but are just financially just kind of push it out of the realm that we're trying to be into. But I'll tell you what I do is I'll take a pair of needle nose pliers and I pick it up with that. So you can take, needle nose pliers. Everyone has those in their bag of RC tools. Take it, pull this out, just grab it, and it goes. You can take 2 of them if you want, grab it. Things like that. You just have to kind of work around it a little bit.
Yeah. So Fishing Bill was saying that after Beat the Creek, we would need a 20 times size thing to do the whole truck. Because, man, we heard that it was quite the experience. And you're going to say what I think you're going to say?
Go for it. You were heading that way.
Yeah. So Lanyards by Tony and Fishing Bill had a demo. And we appreciate that, man, because obviously Fishing Bill is a factory team driver. So super cool that he's showing off the products in a huge event like that. Because, man, I can't wait to see some more of the pictures and content that you have of that. But you're right, man. The amount of mud, slop, and everything else must have been crazy.
Bill, you're wild, man.
I'm getting caught up on that. But, yeah, definitely super cool. And I guess you and Tony were teaming up, and yeah, definitely super cool. Hey, all right, man, we're at the 3-minute mark, man. Mine just went off, so let me switch the camera back.
Yeah, just kind of giving while Adam's moving over to the desk over here, so just kind of giving a little bit of pricing comparison. So the V2 is priced at $19.99, and which is this one. And then the newest with the stainless steel basin is $39.99. So that definitely different options, different pluses and minuses on both of them. So just kind of depends on what your budget's looking for and what you're looking to achieve.
So look at how clean it got it in between the webbing there, which is just awesome. Because now I don't have to like scratch it and scrape it and stuff like that. And that's like ready to go back on the vehicle, brand spanking new. Now, this right here, you can actually see how easy it is to wipe right off. Like, look at that. It's shiny. It's shiny. So definitely easy to do. And here, let me just get all the stuff off the back. But you can see how clean it makes it, and very easily, like literally no effort. So now going to the V2, look at that. So the threads now, look at that. Basically nothing left in there. So you want to talk about clean, look at that. You seen how muddy those were before we threw them in. Now there's nothing left to it. So now you can go ahead and just like install them back into the vehicle and be ready to rock. So it just makes it so much easier to put back together that all that time we were just doing the show, doing a little chit chat, talking to you guys. And what I want to show off is, let me see if I can get this to the camera. The reason why, see all the sediment at the bottom? I don't know if you can see that on the camera because I can't see the camera.
Yeah,
right now.
No, it turns out well. You can definitely see that.
That's why I love having the tray. So the dirtier stuff, I typically throw into the cordless one, the V2. And let me see here. I'm just going to unplug this so I can get it closer to the camera. But can you see the sediment in this one?
Oh, for sure. Yes.
Okay. The reason why this one is a little bit different, it's because of the frequency and the hertz. So this one, obviously being a plug-in version, makes it clean it that much better. And the thing is, though, you have to be careful. I haven't tested this with bearings or anything like that yet because it doesn't have the insert yet. The insert will actually keep the bearings out of the sediment, which is why I love having the tray. Now, with the steel basin and all that, you could probably be a little bit more aggressive. But I'm curious how you guys like to clean your bearings, if you just do it the old-fashioned way or if you use the ultrasonic, because we've heard different stories, and I'm curious like how you guys do it.
Yeah, it's always nice to hear. I mean, that's honestly, this is how the ultrasonic cleaner became a thing for CowRC was through the Cow-Tech show. It was talking about this and people asking about it. Actually, I think it was almost just having fun because people were talking about, oh, we need an ultrasonic cleaner to put a whole truck in, and we're like, well, what if we just start off in this very low dollar market, which was the V1? It was, I mean, I think it was under $10 if I remember correctly. It was very inexpensive, sold wildly. I mean, it was selling like hotcakes. We were giving a bunch of them away, and it was doing real well. So, which came up with the V2. So we discontinued the V1, came with the V2. You know, have the awesome skins, the insert, the tray, the lid, all that stuff. And then said, hey, this is working really well for what it does. Let's introduce something different, a little bigger, different chemicals that we can work with, and may have the same skins. It's a totally different animal.
Yeah, definitely super cool. And Bruce is saying that he uses the ultrasonic on bearings as well. And honestly, I love it. And he's into dirt oval racing, which is really blowing up locally. I got 3 their cars now. I got the Mud Boss, which is the 12-turn Traxxas converted, old school one. I got 2 modifieds, one with the modified body, one with the late model body, and I love them. It's a lot of fun. I like spraying the bearings with the degreaser can if they are super dirty. Then I hit it back up with the yellow. Love the yellow can.
Oil.
Purpose built. Yeah, you can't. Eddie, thank you. Definitely a good tip there. It really just depends on what you think of. Yeah. Jay, honestly, if you have any questions, just let us know, because like we have different takes. And if you're a Reaper fan, I just want to throw it out there.
Oh, good point.
There is a new graphic. There's a little mishaps with the first graphic. So there's the new and improved Reaper graphic for the ultrasonic cleaner version 3. So if you have the steel basin and you ordered the Reaper graphic, talk to Heath and he'll make it right. But I haven't seen the original one, but definitely if you want an upgrade on that Reaper one, hit them up. It'll be pretty cool. Monster trucks too. Heck yeah, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, anything RC is a lot of fun. And the best thing about the CowRC products is it goes over any genre that you can possibly be into. And you know what? I know Jay said that he was waiting for this episode to buy or to make sure get all this information. Well, guess what? We're giving away V2 and V3.
Yes.
All you gotta do is just do the hashtag.
That makes sense. That's right. Yeah, so yes, both of these are up for grabs both with skins, and then the V2, you get the carbon accessory kit with it as well. So awesome prizes.
Yeah. So Dino's been playing with removing the shield on the bearings and using the ultralight grease and seeing what happens. Okay, so I showed this trick to almost all of the stock racers at the local track. Not only when you have the Traxxas bearings, if you remove the blue seal on the actual bearings, you take a hobby knife and just get rid of the flashing and then hit it with the yellow can, which is the thin oil with the PTFE. It is specifically for bearings. It is the best secret weapon I have for running stock. And just the contact points of the blue seals on all of the bearings, you're talking about 16 contact patches between 4 wheels. So that rolling resistance along with the ultra thin oil was the secret sauce, because like people couldn't believe it. They're like, what the heck is going on here? Definitely a sweet trick and super cool. The other trick that I've been using was from one of the CowRC teammates that drag races and specifically with the transmission. So it is the udder butter cut down with the udder butter grease. So if you actually get the consistency you want, you can thin out your differential to act any way you want with the right consistency. And it was an epic trick. My jaw dropped when he did it live demo.
Yeah, he broke the internet with that one.
It was awesome. So depending on what you want, I don't know if there's anybody that runs the NASCAR, but one of my buddies beat me to it, stuck the diff full of udder butter. Like, it was oozing out of the screw holes as he was putting it in. I'm like, what are you doing? And he killed it when it came to driving. Definitely one of those things. Yeah, it is super cool. Crawlerless maintenance oriented will enjoy the ultralight grease on the bearings. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, it is epic. I've been using it on all the bearings. All the Heath bearings got the treatment for his new vehicle coming up, and man, it is one of those things that are definitely a game changer. And especially if you're in a stock class, like, you need to find every little advantage you possibly can. So the oil works great on slip shafts in the drive shafts, assemblies as well. Yeah, hearing what you guys use it on is even as much fun as us trying it out on different stuff too.
Oh, I know.
You guys will think of 3 different things. I'll think of 2 things. Tyler will think of a couple, and everybody collaboratively will come up with even better ideas. And that's why I love doing this show, because we get to hear it from you guys, why it's so cool and what you can use it as. For running in the wet, muddy kit. Yes. I bet you Tyler can attest to that for sure, because I've seen some of his videos. He's been out in the muck a few times, so definitely one of those cool things. So yeah, don't forget ultrasonic hashtag to win yourself one of 2 ultrasonic cleaners. But man, we got something cool coming up.
That's right. Let's get to our final product discussion of the night, which is the Jet Blaster Mini. So what I've got in my hand is the original Jet Blaster Mini. So I wanted to kind of show you the differences. We're going to talk about the differences, because I'm not going to be able to show you the differences because they're darn near identical. So again, kind of going into the ultrasonic cleaner box that I talked about before, the Jet Blaster is an imported item. So what CowRC is doing is providing these nice boxes, and it's actually a great storage kit. So this comes with everything you need with your your Jet Blaster Mini, all included. So it's a nice little case for all of your accessories, your recharging cord, and of course your Jet Blaster Mini. And just like before, you've got your nice instruction card. So you have your skins, which Adam may be able to show us how to apply one of those, since I went ahead and got crazy and did it myself as usual.
I do. I do have the skin. So yes, I did not apply my skin yet.
Thank you for being the adult in the room.
Yeah, somebody had to try.
So the reason I can't show you the difference between the 2 is because they are darn near. I didn't say darn near. They are identical from the outside. Mm-hmm. And the reason I got 2 different skins is so I can tell them apart. I love the hot rod theme. But I'm also digging the dragon theme, so I had to put the dragon theme on the new Jet Blaster Mini. So we're gonna kind of show you, and I keep saying show you. We're gonna tell you what the differences are, because they are significant. So let me put this one away here and talk about the new one here. So we'll call it the 2005 or 2025 new and improved. 30% more.
They're calling it. Yeah, they're calling it the V2.
Sure. So the first one, we're not selling that one anymore. We sold out all of those. So now is the new and improved 2025 version with 30% more power. So if you thought the first one was powerful, it is 30% more up. I know. Doesn't it look like it? Does it? But I mean, the cool thing is, if you have a hoodie, you just put it in your waist pocket, your side pocket, your back pocket, whatever. And then having this nice box, keep this box.
Keep the box.
All these accessories come with it. Yeah. And we'll kind of do a rundown of these accessories here. So some different things. The previous version had 2,000 milliamp battery. Now this one has a 2,500 milliamp battery. So actually it's 2 of them in here. Nice. So there's 2 2,500 milliamp batteries versus the old one was 2,000 milliamp batteries. This one runs at 130,000 RPMs. The old one was at 110,000 RPMs. So 20,000 more RPMs on your new one. And you've got a 13-watt motor in this guy versus the 10-watt motor. So, I mean, it's the exact same packaging. It operates exactly the same. So you've got your velocity dialer here on the side, and then your on-off switch right there. So tells you how many dots you got there for how much battery life you have. And then obviously, if you guys know so you can hear it.
Yeah.
Revving up, and then you hit the button 3 times, and it starts blinking, and that means it's on now vacuum mode. So I wanted to kind of show you a little bit of what it can do, so when we talk about the vacuum mode here. So
This is cool.
Yeah, and the vacuum mode is my favorite thing. So when we were testing these, and I don't know if Adam, if you were involved testing the Jet Blaster before we had the first one for the Jet Blaster Minis, there was quite a few different options that we were testing floating around, and none of them had the vacuum option. And the vacuum option is by far my favorite of this. So now you've got see it's blinking here, so that means it's in vacuum mode. So one thing that I learned is I never understood what this little rubber grommet device was, and what that is it's for the vacuum to get a tighter seal. So you're putting that on the nozzle there. Then you've got your collection device. So you have to use this collection device no matter what, because if you don't, it's just sucking stuff into the Jet Blaster Mini, and that's bad. So this is where all the dirt collects in.
Yeah.
So you put that on the end like so. So this rubber grommet's giving you a tighter seal for better vacuum. And then if you want this agitator brush, I'm just going to lightly put it on here like this for demo. I'm not going to show it. But this is the way. So if you want to get inside your vehicle, agitate it, get some of the dirt loose so it'll actually suck up. That's what this is for. But for this demo, I'm going to take that part off, put that away, switch my camera over, and just kind of show you, this is a serious vacuum tool here. So if you look, I've got some screws lined up here, and just kind of show you the vacuum function here. So go on the vacuum function. I'm going to go ahead and turn this up here. Sorry if I'm getting feedback, but I want to show you how strong this guy is here.
Bye-bye. Don't try this at home. This is crazy. And you can see them in the container now.
Yep. So now they're in here. So I'm going to take this apart. It's like a magic trick here. Yeah. So you saw them once. They're all in there.
There you go.
So, I mean, it's amazing on how powerful this guy is. I mean, for as small as it is and compact, I mean, the price-wise, $74.99 without the skins. Skins sold separately on this. It's a fantastic tool.
Yeah, it's one of my go-to ones in and around the pits, especially when we race indoors, because they don't allow plug-in ones because they can blow the breakers, whatnot, this and that, and they don't want stuff blowing off the tables. So having the control of the Mini is second to none. I love it. Brian, that is a fantastic question. We would actually have to check on that, but I am not 100% sure, to tell you the truth.
Maintenance kits?
We will get back to you.
Let me just take a quick look.
Because while he's looking at that, what I want to show you guys is the website here. You just go to the cleaning here. You go to the electronics, and you will see the new and improved Mini Blaster. And if you got one where you didn't get the cool insert and you want to see exactly how to use the manual, you can actually click on this right here and it will bring you to it on the website. So I just wanted to point that out because
very good point.
I unfortunately did not get the super cool insert with mine because I got one of the originals, but it shows you actually how to turn the unit on and off, how to switch it over to the vacuum mode. And it's just little easy things like that can, definitely go missed if you don't have it. That's why I say keep the box, keep that, and it's a nice, cool reference. So he does say, yes, it is in the deluxe kit now.
Okay.
So very, very cool. Thank you. Yeah, it is an awesome value for sure to get the deluxe kit. But that is basically super cool to have that added to the website. Makes it easy because in case, like, say somebody's cleaning up your area and they throw it out on you, then you can always go back to the website and reference it.
Good point. Yeah, good point. Yeah, and the awesome thing is, with the Jet Blaster Mini is you've got a couple, I'll call blowing attachments, right? So you've got one that's got little, I'll call it two-way nozzle at the end, which is this one. And so this is inflatable. So like a raft, a tube, an air mattress, slip and slide, whatever that might be. You put that in the port and go ahead and fire it up, and it's going to blow up your inflatable. The other item is just going to be your regular nozzle. So give you a little bit more of a direct look, at what you want to blow out of your RC vehicle. So this helps out a ton. This is what I use all the time. Now, just a word of caution. So if you've bought the original Jet Blaster Mini, it came with a more narrow nozzle to it, which is one I use all the time. It does not work with the new 2025 version because the 2025 version is just too darn powerful. You don't need it. And what it actually does is it just causes more heat in this motor because it's trying to push so much air and it's not letting it out fast enough. So if you do have the old version, don't use that little needle nose attachment for the V2 because it's just going to hurt that motor, and it's really just not necessary. But all these attachments comes with the recharging cord, which just goes into a USB-C block. I think USB-C, right, Adam? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
USB-C.
Okay. Yeah. Charges up pretty quickly. I don't know, Adam, how long have you been able to wear out the battery at all?
Yeah. We were at a Friday, Saturday, Sunday event, and by the Sunday, once we were getting close to the mains, it was the first time I actually had to recharge it. But we were going through multiple kits. So it was definitely super cool. And man, I'm super nice with my gear. I let everybody try it. So
yes, you're very generous.
And yeah, using their stuff too. Honestly, Bruce, I would have to say that the runtime steady is huge. I was able to clean off 5 kits in between rounds. There was 4 rounds of qualifying, and then the mains plus 1 bump up. So it was definitely worth its price of admission.
It's going to last you a day, no problem. That is going to be an easy no-brainer. I would recommend charging up after you're done after that day, but it just depends on how much you use it, right? I mean, it's all, obviously it's a variable speed, right? So if you want it at half speed, if you're full speed, it just kind of depends. Vacuum, I'm assuming there's different. What does it say on here?
No, I got one.
Oh, you have one. Oh, yeah, okay.
Like mine is like, look at. That's why I didn't put the sticker on it. Mine's so like lucky. Literally brand spanking new. Thank you.
Oh, nice. Well, there you go.
CowRC. So yeah, so basically mine is the virgin one here. And basically what I always do is same as what we did on the ultrasonic. Just gonna take the CowRC parts, electrical cleaner and degreaser, and I spray it onto the microfiber just a little bit, and then I only wipe down where I'm going to apply the stickers, and you can see the evaporant, how fast it actually cleans that up. Like it dries like instantly. You've seen that dry in real time. So super cool stuff there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the side with the button first. So all I do is I just line it up with the button itself first. And then I just start at the bottom and work my way up to the top. And then that way I don't get no bubbles or anything like that. And then the graphics look super dialed. So now I got it in and on. Then we'll go to the other side real quick. And this side I really like because it actually has the graphic on there with the description. And this one, I'll show you once I get it on. I line it up. Oh, I forgot. I moved my camera. I line it up with the line here. So then that way, when I go and slide it all the way up, it actually follows the same contour. And I just think it looks awesome like that. Definitely super cool and easy to apply. And if you do it with the parts and chassis, it doesn't stick as well. So always use. Yeah, because man, there's different ways to clean it, but I always use the electronics cleaner. The evaporant in the electronics cleaner is second to none, and it definitely makes sure that the stickers stay put. So I've seen a couple different comments there, and I know Tyler already said it as well, but keep the box because, man, the presentation is phenomenal. I didn't get the box with my other one, or I didn't get the card. So super cool. The presentation, and I can fit this in my pit bag, and I can just keep it nice and clean and dialed, all my parts and accessories together. That way, when I get to the track, it's a quick just pop it out and good to go. And I'm crazy. I'm even going to put a CowRC sticker on the outside just because I'm that guy.
Well, I mean, honestly, I think all the boxes, I mean, we've talked about like with the mats, like especially like the flat mats, keeping the box that they come in, work mats, keeping the box, those come in. I mean, CowRC provides really quality shipping materials for all of the products, and it's just the best to keep them. I mean, even like the USB rechargeable sprayer, that comes in a great box. I mean, keep the boxes. It's a free, basically a free part to carry all of your nice electronic cleaning equipment in. You can put it in your duffel bag. Works perfect.
I do want to give a tip out for the power washer. Whenever you're traveling, please make sure if you're using the extended tip to make sure you take it off, because if it tips over and this is attached to it, you could have a brake issue. So please make sure that you definitely unscrew that and transfer. Now, if you're using the other tip, no issues. We've had it tip over multiple times and no issues with that one. Just be extremely careful with the longer one. Extended for sure.
You know what I just noticed? On the show is my Jet Blaster Mini did an auto shut off.
Oh, that I did.
So I just had it sitting on. I wasn't using it for a little bit, so it automatically shut off. Saved me battery. So that way, if you forget, you get in a hurry and you leave it sitting on your pit table, it's going to turn itself off. So I just learned that just now, because usually I turn it off when I am finished with it. But today I actually wanted to show that the lights were on and they shut off. So
that is something new today. Yeah. So everybody get in, man. There's like 45 people on the show and only 35.
We're missing a few people.
We will give you a second to hashtag that, because you want to win one of these awesome giveaways, man. Who doesn't need an ultrasonic? Either the V2 or the V3. Both of them are awesome to have for sure. So get your comments in. The auto, he didn't realize that till today also. Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's funny. That's what I'm talking about. That's the cool thing about this show is we all learn stuff. I mean, two things on the Jet Blaster Mini that I learned was, one was that rubber grommet for the suction improvement that we showed, and then the auto shut off. So I mean, it's all kinds of neat tricks today. Maybe if I read the instructions, that might be on there, but who cares?
I got the instructions now, but
they look cool. I don't know what they say.
For sure. So, all right, we're gonna give the first one away, and good luck. The one thing that I do want to mention as this is flipping through, next show we're gonna have some pretty cool stuff. We'll have the new brushes in. Harold Munsey, there we go, new winner. Love the avatar. Please reach out to us via Messenger, Facebook. I'm on YouTube as well, so definitely get a hold of us.
Which one was that for? Which model was that one for, Adam?
That was for the V2 with the upgrade kit and the insert inside.
Yeah, and Harold, let us know what skins you want for your V2 model, please.
Awesome. So Harold, if you are on, yeah, you can let us know. You get your choice of the graphics, which is super cool. Thanks to CowRC for doing that. Definitely awesome to be able to give away awesome prizes. So wow, the numbers went up again. All right, good luck. Drawing for version number 3.
Steven, nice.
There we go. 2 YouTubers, and definitely crazy. There's Harold right there. Yeah, congratulations.
Oh, good.
Just reach out to either myself or Tyler, and we'll get your information, and you can tell us which one you want for skins, and we will hook you up.
Yeah, and same with you, Steven. Let us know when you message Adam or I think, Steven, you've won before in the past, so I think I've got your information. So just let me know what skins you want. Oh, yeah.
Both of them are still watching. Thank you, guys.
Beautiful. We love to see that. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, so obviously the next show we're gonna have the new brushes, which I can't wait to have.
Yeah.
I think that would have helped me with the tire cleaning a little bit. I'm not gonna, I got scrubby hands, and also the mini builds are getting closer. So
that's right.
That'll be fun.
I'm excited about that. Those will be fun. We haven't really talked a lot about them, but maybe we'll talk some more.
And Heath's vehicle will have almost, I'm going to say, by the time the show comes around, about 75% done, and then we'll have a little bit more content on that, and then we'll be ready to ship it out and get some electronics installed, because I can't wait for him to get his hands on that and hit 100 miles an hour, because this thing's going to be a straight up beast.
GPS proof.
Yes, we need proof. But thanks for joining us. We are at the end of the show. We will see you in 2 short weeks for episode 58, man. It's flying by.
It is flying. Thanks, everybody, for supporting the show. We appreciate it.
All right. Bye for now.